Hi there, everyone. Happy Thursday evening. I'm King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon. We dealt with another round of snow this morning. Things dried out this afternoon, and we're going to stay dry. No additional snow on the way, but we're still in first alert mode. Why? Well, because it's expected to be very cold tonight, and that will mean more icy roads heading into tomorrow morning. Check out these numbers right here. I wanted to point out, of course, the highs and the lows. 39 are high out at the airport today, 32 degrees for that low, but where should we normally be? Average high is at 50 degrees. We haven't been anywhere near that for a while, and really we're not expecting to be near that number here for quite some time as we head over the next 7 to maybe 10 days. So no big changes on the way, although we do expect things to be somewhat drier as we head over the next 7-day stretch. We do have another chance of some snow too that we're going to talk about coming up in a bit. But we're in first alert mode through tomorrow morning. That will be because of some of this very cold air that's expected to be in place, dropping some of those overnight lows between the mid-teens to the mid-20s. And with that, a little more wind in the atmosphere for us. We're going to drop those wind chills down into the single digits. Now that's mainly for areas up around Whatcom County, but elsewhere here around Puget Sound, the Kitsap Peninsula, really anywhere across the lowlands, you're talking about teens, maybe more so 20s for some of those wind chills here as we go deeper on into the night. So check out the forecast right here. A lot of 30s showing up on there. Now we're just barely in the 30s tomorrow and heading on into Saturday and Sunday, but those numbers get even colder next week, but it does come along with sunnier skies and quieter weather at the same time too, and a lot more 20s ahead at that point as well. But you can see everything is in red due in part because of the clear skies that we have tonight and the very cold temperatures that we're expecting into the day for tomorrow. Now, this is Everett. Maybe you can just faintly see it, but the last few rays of sunlight right at the top of that cloud deck right there. Yes, that's a cloud deck. It almost looks like a mountain range, but that's been with the clear skies. Beautiful sunsets all across western Washington here this Thursday evening. And we still got a little sunlight even looking here at our Bellingham camera, which is going to be home to some of the colder wind chills that we'll have here throughout the night. Let's talk about what's happening up in the mountains, though, because that's also where we're expecting to see some of those really cold wind chills across the area. This is Stevens Pass, and you can see a lot of snow, some ice on top of that too on the highway itself, but everything completely white. Even here looking at Payne Field up in Everett, we melted some of the snow off of the tarmac, and of course the crews did a wonderful job of keeping that clean here throughout the day, but we didn't melt a whole lot off of the grassy surfaces because we really didn't warm up a whole lot here into the day. Plus we put down quite a considerable amount up there around Everett. Temperatures currently, and this is as of about 7 to 7:30 here on your Thursday evening, in the mid-30s. Seattle, we're at 34, already back down to the freezing point in Everett, and 27 in Bellingham. And again, with the clear skies and some of that snowpack on the ground, where we have the snowpack, temperatures are going to drop a lot more easily. It's a lot more efficient cooling when you have snowpack on the ground as opposed to when you don't have it. All the warmth that you gather throughout the day, it just radiates back into outer space rather quickly. So again, temperatures tonight dropping well below the freezing point, and that is going to create those icy conditions. And then on top of that too, check out our winds right now. We haven't really had to deal with a whole lot of this here recently over the past couple of days, especially farther south, but Seattle, 20 miles per hour, 16 getting closer to Tacoma, 12 around Olympia too. Check out what that's doing to your wind chills right now in the lower 20s. Upper 20s around Tacoma, 17 in Bellingham, and then, yeah, check out some of these numbers up across the mountains already down to 1 at Stevens Pass. We're right around 4 at Snoqualmie Pass, and closer to Paradise and White Pass in the single digits as well. So that's another reason too. If you have any plans to head up to the slopes maybe early tomorrow morning at some point, you're going to want to definitely layer up. Of course, as we get into the daytime hours, those temperatures will rise. Of course, your body temperature will warm up too, and you won't feel as cold, but definitely to make sure to cover all those extremities. So radar shows where the snow is right now, and that's well off to the south across the state. Big picture is we still have that area of high pressure that's just up into British Columbia, helping to reduce more of that northeasterly flow, and now that it's starting to penetrate a little farther south, we do have some colder air that's in place and expected to be in place as we go throughout the night across the Kitsap Peninsula and the rest of Puget Sound. Now, last night when we were talking about this at this time, the lower levels or the lower elevations around Pierce County were not included in that. National Weather Service has now decided to put them into that, so expect to see some of those wind chills, especially up across areas of the higher terrain there in Pierce County, in the teens, maybe more lower 20s there for wind chills. And we'll generally see temperatures between about the mid-teens to the mid-20s. It just depends on how many clouds we keep around. So this is what we're looking forward to as far as the future wind chills here as we go throughout the night and into the day tomorrow. A lot of single digits up there across the mountain areas. Leavenworth, if you have any plans on going over there, definitely dress warm too. We'll see those numbers drop here early into tomorrow morning. I mean, just check out that number right there. This is 6 to 7 o'clock early into Friday morning. And you see that number, that sticks out like a sore thumb. That's -1 for a wind chill. That is bitterly cold. Now, again, if you have any plans to head up into the mountains, you want to prepare for that. Elsewhere, no, not going to be near as bad as what we're seeing there, but we are going to notice a let-up in some of those very cold wind chills into Saturday morning with some of the clouds and the snow coming on through at that point, too. Back up in the upper 20s to lower 30s, and then we'll see them start to dip a little more heading into Sunday morning, but not so much so like we're going to see heading on into next week when we do expect to see temperatures fall back even more. So looking at the temperatures in the next 7-day stretch, we pointed out that average high of 50 degrees, nowhere near that. A lot of mid to upper 30s for highs, and that's just the next 7 days, 6 to 10 days out. We're looking at Valentine's Day, 42 degrees, lower 40s on the 15th as well, and then maybe we get up closer to that 50-degree mark by the 16th, 45 degrees, but each one of these days sitting considerably below those averages. And then looking at futurecasts, I did tell you that we are expecting to see some snow heading into Saturday. But tomorrow, we actually do keep things dry. It's going to be a quieter day into your Friday, so we get a bit of a break in between these two systems. Here we are at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we do start to see some of those areas of precipitation arriving, whether they be rain, snow, a mixture of the both. That will work its way in, and then we'll really start to see that ramp up as we go into the night and early into the day on Saturday. Kind of similar theme to what we had earlier this morning, early into Thursday morning. Will be some slushy spots, some slippery spots as well. Temperatures will be right around that freezing point, and maybe another coating to 2 inches could be possible as that moves on through. Big thing for us at that point will be it's a weekend morning, so not as many of us out on the roads and on the highways trying to get out and about and head to our jobs or wherever we need to head to. So if you can, maybe lay low and maybe just stay inside for a few hours early into the day on Saturday. Probably would advise to do so on that. All right, so once we see that move on out of here, you can see we'll still have some snow showers even to the evening hours, but we are going to start to taper things off, especially once we head into Sunday morning and into Sunday afternoon with just a few flurries still left behind. And as far as additional snow to come along with that, as I mentioned, we're going to see anywhere between maybe a coating to 2 inches as this moves its way on through. Forecast as we head on into the night, dropping down well into the 20s in a few spots, maybe some lower 30s where we keep a few more of those clouds in place. And then tomorrow afternoon, upper 30s to lower 40s. We're going to see things warm up and finally get a little bit of a break, at least from the active weather. It's still going to be cold, and as I mentioned, there's no let up in this cold weather, in this cold stretch anytime soon. You can see the next 7 days showing highs generally in the 30s here across Seattle. Lows dropping down most days in the 20s, so it's going to be a very cold stretch, and it really already has been. So again, no let up in that at all. So everybody, if you're going to be heading out tomorrow morning, main thing is just to keep an eye out for some of those icy roads, bridges and overpasses. Black ice will be an issue, and then also, especially if you're spending any prolonged period of time outdoors, you're going to want to make sure to cover up, layer up, and also bundle up. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thursday, and hey, made it to Friday. So hope that you have a great Friday and a great weekend as well. We'll make sure to keep you updated here on King5.com and also on King 5 Plus. Take care.